Hezekiah, the son of Ahaz, according to a priest of Baal. This all begins with Hezekiah, the son of Ahaz, in his 25th year. It was then he became the king. His mother's name was Abi. She was the daughter of Zechariah. Though he ruled 29 years in Jerusalem, she outlived him. She outlived her grandson Manasseh, who ruled 55 years. She outlived her great-grandson Josiah, who ruled 39 years, though by the time of his death she'd shrunk to about the size of a sweet potato, which she had long before begun to resemble. Hezekiah belonged to Yahweh, the jealous one, so he removed the high places of all the others. He smashed their images. He cut down their poles. He even broke into pieces the bronze snake Moses had made because the people had begun to burn incense before it, and it looked like one of the serpents of Baal. He belonged to Yahweh of Israel. And Yahweh of Israel went with him and prospered him in his destruction of the Philistines all the way to Gaza, from the watchtower to the walled city itself. In that Yahweh did prosper him. In the 4th year of Hezekiah's reign, which was the 7th year of the reign of Hoshea in Israel, Shalmaneser, the king of Assyria, besieged Samaria, and 3 years later took it, taking away the great sachems and sagamores of that land, exiling them to Halah and Habor by the river Gozan and among the Medes. This took place, Hezekiah and his priests and his prophets claimed, because Hoshea and his had not obeyed Yahweh, but had turned against Moses and the covenant. They paid no heed to either, only to the snake. How then to account for what came next? For in the 14th year of the faithful Hezekiah's reign, Sennacherib, king of Assyria, took into his teeth the walled cities of all Judah, chewed them up and swallowed them. So Hezekiah feared him, so that he, the king of Judah, sent to Sennacherib at Lachish, "I may have offended you. Let me offer tribute in any case." And the king of Assyria agreed to 300 talents of silver and 30 talents of gold. This was only a matter of politics until Hezekiah paid with silver that was in Yahweh's temple, as well as silver from his own house. Too, he had cut off the doors from Yahweh's temple and scraped off the gold covering them. He also scraped the gold from the temple pillars, which he had put on. That was how Hezekiah paid tribute to the king of Assyria. But the method of payment had nothing to do with what happened next. Was it entirely in the realm of politics that the king of Assyria sent officers, the Tartan and the Rabsaris and the Rabshakeh from Lachish, with a great army against Hezekiah and Jerusalem? When they came to Jerusalem, they called to the king from the conduit of the upper pool along the highway toward Fuller's Field. They called out to the king, who sent to them Eliakim, the son of Hilkiah, the one that ran the king's household, also Shebna the scribe, and Joah, the son of Asaph, another scribe. The Rabshakeh would send them back with this to tell Hezekiah, "Here is what the great king, the king of Assyria, says. Take this to Hezekiah. Where is your strength? You say you have counsel and strength for war, but what you say is empty. On what are you relying that you rebel against me? It cannot be Egypt, that bruised reed, not a staff as the Pharaoh may claim. Lean on it, and it will cut into your hand or break in half and you will fall. Or are you trusting in Yahweh? But have you not taken his high altars away and called on all Judah to worship only before your altar in Jerusalem? Now I could give you 2,000 horses if you had the riders for them. Still, you would not be saved, not by Egypt. And by Yahweh? How do you know that Yahweh is not with us? How do you know that Yahweh did not say to the king of Assyria, "Go against Hezekiah and destroy all that is his"? By this time the Rabshakeh was yelling, and his voice was one that carried. And afraid that the people in Jerusalem would be listening, because the Rabshakeh was speaking in Hebrew, Eliakim and Shebna and Joah said to him, "Please speak to us in Syrian. We understand it. Do not speak Hebrew, because the people up there on the wall have big ears." But the Rabshakeh kept right on, raising his voice yet a notch. "Am I really talking to you? You do not think the one that sent me wants the ears on the wall to hear what I'm saying? That it will not be long before they are eating their own shit and drinking their own piss, and you with them." Then he stood and turned toward the wall, yelling even louder, "Listen, this is what the great king, the king of Assyria, is saying to you. Do not let Hezekiah deceive you, saying he can deliver you out of my hands. Do not let him get you to trust in Yahweh, saying that the jealous one will deliver you either, that he can keep you out of my hands. Rather, the king says this to you: make your agreement with me, and every one of you will continue to cultivate your own vines, eat your own figs, and drink water from your own cisterns until I come and take you away to a land even better than your own, a land rich in cornfields and vineyards, in grain and wine, a land of olive oil and honey, where you may live and not die. My promise is true. Do not listen to Hezekiah's fictions that Yahweh will deliver us. My king says," the Rabshakeh may have been growing hoarse, but he was not a whisper less loud. "My king says, has any God delivered any nation out of my hand? The gods of Hamath and of Arpad, where are they? The gods of Sepharvaim, Hena and Iva, where are they? Did Baal deliver Samaria?" Politics frequently misunderstands religion. It can be on purpose. It can also be an honest mistake. Perhaps neither the Rabshakeh nor his king knew that Baal, nor any of the gods of the land of Hamath or Arpad or any of the others, none of the gods of the land had anything to do with war. What they want, especially what Baal wants, is that his people be fed, that they have grain and wine, olives and figs, milk and honey, fresh flowing water. Let their stomachs never rumble, and their heads swim always sweetly. The Rabshakeh continued to speak for Sennacherib. "Who among all the gods has delivered his country out of my hand? Can you then expect Yahweh, who did not protect any other city of Judah, to deliver Jerusalem?" No answer came, for the people on the wall still wished to trust Hezekiah, who still wished to trust Yahweh, the jealous one, even if the king had taken the god's gold from his pillars and doors to pay tribute to Assyria. And Hezekiah had said to the people, "Say nothing." So they did not. But Eliakim, the son of Hilkiah, the one that ran the king's household, also Shebna the scribe, and Joah, the son of Asaph, another scribe, the ones Hezekiah sent out, came back with their clothes torn. And he heard from them again all that the Rabshakeh had said.